Good morning. So let's wait a little bit that some more people will connect to our webinar. Hello, Kati. Ciao, Serena. We're checking if in all the channels our direct is working. So basically today you can follow our webinar on YouTube, on the Lash Dream channel, in Facebook under our Lash Super Booster page, and in Instagram. Controlla anche Facebook. No, quella di Lash Super Booster. Mm? Okay, I got confirmed that everything is functioning also in Facebook, in YouTube, and in Instagram. So let's wait another couple of minutes to some people to connect. I will have in my Telegram Kati, who will be checking the comments on different channels on Facebook, on Instagram. So if you have any questions, I will receive them on my phone and I will try to answer to all of those questions. Okay, so who don't know me, I'm Maria, and from now on we're gonna do our live sessions every now and then. Probably we will organize 2 a month where we discuss different topics, which is where beauticians have more questions. And at the moment we are in our head office in Milano, in our beautiful Milano, where I've been living already 8 years. So originally I'm from Estonia, and I've been in the lash industry over 10 years. And during these years I've been working in London and now in Italy, and before that in Estonia. And here in Italy, we developed 2 brands for eyelash extensions and for Lashlift and eyebrow lamination, which is Lash Super Booster. And with this live, I want to discuss a few topics. We put quite, how to say, many topics. So I hope that today we managed to speak about all, because as a material wise there is actually a lot to speak about. But yeah, I put together some things what I think are important to discuss during this live. So let me get confirms. So yes, who is following? If you have any questions during this live, then just pop them in the comments. I have Kati who will forward them to me, so I can answer to them all. And before to move ahead, can you please close the door? Before move ahead, I have a great news as well. At the end of this live session, one lucky person will receive a surprise. I'm not going to reveal yet what it is. I'm going to do it when we are halfway through our live session. So yes, follow till the end, and one lucky one will receive a nice surprise. Okay, I think we received first question. Yes, sì, salviamo dopo questo live, anche per dopo, e pubblicizziamo sul nostro Instagram. Assolutamente sì, perciò se non riesci a stare fino alla fine, comunque dopo sarà online per rivedere chi vuole. So yes, the question was if after we can rewatch this live. Yes, we're gonna public this on our Instagram in EGTV, so whoever cannot stay with us till the end, you can rewatch it after as well, so no problem. Okay, so let's see what I plan to discuss during this live session. The topics are following. First one is acid and alkaline perm. What is the difference, and pH of the products. The second one is why does Lashlift work sometimes? Why does Lashlift not work sometimes? Is it the problem of the products? And what happens with the lash and brow hair during the perm process? And can we use the same products for Lashlift and eyebrow lamination? Because this is this question is actually there is different opinions. So I try to approach really, how to say, scientifically, or like very as the chemical process. So I will explain everything. So in my opinion, if we can use the same product or not. And why do some brands instruct to remove the product using a dry cotton swab, or some brands suggest to use wet cotton swab? So we will discuss this as well. I would say to start to speak about the first topic, which is acid and alkaline perm. What is the difference? The first thing, let's maybe you have already heard them discussions about acid and alkaline perm, and ever wondered which one you should choose. So who didn't know yet, the Lash Perm products were introduced to the market already in the early 2000s. In the hair industry, they actually exist over 100 years already. And yeah, in the early 2000s, this type of products have been introduced to the eyelash industry. Over the years, there has been evolution from lash perm to lash lift to lash lamination. And also nowadays, really popular treatment is brow lamination as well. the basic ingredients of the products that do the so-called magic and reshape the eyelashes and eyebrows haven't changed though much over time. And in the Lashlift and brow lamination industry, there are two types of products, which is acid and alkaline perm. So let's dig a little bit deeper. So let's see, what is this acid perm, or so-called heat-needing perm? This kind of perm was introduced to the market already in the 70s for hair perm, as a hair perm product. Acid perm is gentle with a pH value of approximately 4.5 to 6.5, which is actually very similar to hair's normal state. And acid perms are most suitable to hair that has been chemically treated, is really fragile, and really thin. So in that case, yes, the acid perm would be gentler. The main, let's say, chemical part, what the chemical used in acid perm is glyceryl monothioglycolate. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, I hope. I'm not sure even if I speak really well English, because I'm used to speak daily basis in Italian, so I need to warm up a little bit. So anyway, this chemical, glyceryl monothioglycolate, breaks fewer disulfide bonds in the hair. And acid perms contain activators that need heat to open the cuticle layers of the hair shaft. So this means maybe you've seen also in internet, or maybe you already use this kind of perms that you have to cover or with cling film or something that produces heat. And actually with this kind of perm, it takes longer for the hair to set, which means also longer processing times. I keep dropping some Italian words while speaking. So, as I already said, this type of perm is gentler and produces also looser curl, which can take faster to relax as well. This means that the clients to whom you offer the Lashlift treatment should come in for the treatments actually more frequently, because the curl normally don't last as long. But it's okay. Also, in my opinion, it's always important that we give all the information necessary to our clients. So if we educate our clients also about how often they should come for the treatments, then it's okay. The downside of the acid perms is that there is more frequent allergic reactions if the skin is frequently exposed to its active ingredient. And that's why most people prefer the opposite of that, alkaline perm to acid perm, because it's more convenient and lashes stay curly for a longer period, which means also happier clients, in my opinion. As I already mentioned, the alkaline perm, or so-called cold perm. So let's see a little bit how this type of perm works. As I already mentioned, that cold perm is the one which is most frequently used. Also, our Lash Super Booster products are categorized as a cold perm. And the main ingredient in alkaline perm is ammonium dioclycolate, or shorter version ammonia. is the main ingredient to activate the chemical, and with this type of perm the heat is no needed. That's why it's called the cold perm. The alkaline perming lotions are much stronger, and their pH balance between 8.2 and 9.6. They have really specific odor, which is due to ammonia. Some maybe think, oh, this perming lotion has such a strong smell, maybe it's bad. No, it's normal. It's just a specific smell of the ammonia, what you can smell when you open the bottle or the sacket. This type of perm works really well with the strong, thick and coarse eyelashes, because they give a firmer, stronger curl, and it lasts also a longer time of period. This type of perm can be used efficiently also on the thin hair and not so strong eyelashes or eyebrows. And the key to not to damage the hair is the timing. The very important is to follow the instructions of the time, and not leave the product not even 1 minute more than it's necessary, because otherwise with all kind of perms it may damage the hair. So where were we? Okay, yeah, as I said, I have my papers so I don't lose the track. As I said, when we keep the lotions the correct amount of time on different type of eyelashes or eyebrows, then normally we don't cause any type of damages. That's why it's very important that we keep next to us also a timer, so we can monitor the time correctly. And the other thing very important is that at the end of the so-called perm process, step 1, step 2, we do also the lamination part to restore the hair. So this is very important. We discussed the lamination part already in our previous live session, which is actually available on our IGTV. So if somebody of you couldn't follow it, didn't see it, you can just go to our Instagram under IGTV and rewatch it. So where we discuss all about the lamination part, what is it, and so on and so on. Okay, let's see, where were we? Okay, so when it comes to alkaline perm, it is so important that the fixing lotion is not kept on longer than necessary, because actually the neutralizing part is the part which is potentially damaging part. So this is very important that we monitor the time correctly. Let's see what Kati writes. Okay. Okay, so before to move forward, who didn't follow us from the beginning, I said that there will be one lucky person in our live session who will get a little gift from us. I actually will already reveal what will be the gift. I will show you. And it is our mini kit of the products, where you can find the fixing, the perming fixing lotion, and the lamination, and our amazing glue, which is actually, who didn't know, the only glue in the world which is cosmetic grade. So it's really controlled. But a little bit ahead I will speak also about the glue and what you should know about it. So follow us till the end of this live session to get this prize. And whoever has questions, just pop them in the comments or in Facebook, in Instagram, wherever you're following our live session. So where were we? As I said about the fixing part, this is the part what is potentially harmful. So the key always is the time. Let's see. Lash Super Booster Perming Lotion, as I already mentioned, is an alkaline perm product, and its pH is 8.9. And it contains the maximum concentration of ammonia allowed in the European Union, which is 11%. Which is 11% is the maximum which is allowed to work in the eye area. So as I already said, this is connected with what I said before. That's why it is really important to monitor correctly the time, because the time is considered the percentage of the ammonia in the product. And to be safe, we shouldn't keep the liquids longer time of period on the eyelashes. And the 11% is for the products what are made for professional use. So let's keep in mind that. If you ever wondered how come some Lashlift or brow lamination products have shorter processing time, this is due to percentage of the ammonia in the product. So be aware that whoever of you work in the European Union to offer this kind of services, it is very, very important that the products you use do not have higher percentage of the ammonia in the product, because it is not allowed in the EU. Yes, so this is considered by the tests, by the European Union test made to consider to be safe for the eye area. And speaking about the lift neutralizer, every perm, every lift needs a neutralizer to complete its chemical process and transformation of the hair shape. So the final process is called neutralization or fixing. That's why it's called perming lotion and fixing lotion you hear really often. And this is the process of the oxidation. During this process, the oxygen is added to the hair using either hydrogen peroxide, or you probably have heard the component called sodium bromate. Pay attention, the sodium bromate actually is found to be cancerogenic, and in some countries, such as for example Canada, this is prohibited already. I think that slowly in many countries they can prohibit this ingredient. But normally the products produced in the European Union don't contain sodium bromate, but normally it's with a hydrogen peroxide, which functions really well. Also, our Lash Super Booster Fixing Lotion consists of hydrogen peroxide with a pH 2.4 to 2.6 approximately. Let's see, before to move to our next question, is what happens with the lash and brow hair during the perm process. So, who didn't know, in hair, keratin molecules are arranged in straight bundles, and these bundles are held together in disulfide bonds, or who calls SS bonds, which give a strength to the hair. While the curliness and straightness of your eyelashes and hair depends on the shape of the follicle, it's the disulfide bonds that actually keep the hair in the shape it was formed, and they can only be altered by perming or relaxing. So here come to the game the perming and fixing lotion. So during the lash lift and eyebrow lamination process, the eyelashes and the eyelash and eyebrow structure goes through 3 stages to take on its new shape. And it's helpful to have an understanding of the different stages. So let's see closer. The first stage is softening. So once the perming lotion is applied, the perm lotion swells the hair cuticle layers and enters the cortex. So the second part is molding. The perming lotion deposits hydrogen to the hair, which attaches itself to the hair structure's disulfide bonds. The bonds are broken and become sulfide bonds. Once this happens, the hair is in a state to change to the new shape of the Lashlift shield, or the direction and shape we give to the eyebrow. So basically, after we process the hair with step 1, with the perming lotion, the hair becomes really flexible, and we can do whatever basically we want with the hair. So that's why when the hair or the eyelashes are lifted to the shield, basically when we go to fix them, we give permanently this shape, how we put the eyelashes on the shield, or how we shape the eyebrows. So that's why in the part where we lift the lashes on our silicone shields, it is so important that the lashes are perfectly separated, perfectly straight, because this is the shape what we're gonna give to the hair. And as a third part is the fixing part. So this is the final stage of the perming process, and once the processing is complete and the perm lotion has been removed, a neutralizing product is applied. The neutralizer removes the hydrogen created during the softening and molding stages and adds oxygen. So the broken disulfide bonds reform and the hair is fixed in a new shape. As I mentioned previously, that this is the part of the lift which is potentially harmful. So it is very important to follow exact instructions of the curing time and do not keep the fixing lotion on the eyelashes or eyebrows more time than necessary. Otherwise, it may result in over-processed eyelashes or eyebrows, and this is something we do not want to happen. So, a little advice for you. Basically, when the step 1 and step 2 part is done, this means that nothing actually can alter anymore on the shape we gave, because we already processed the hair, we already fixed, we already basically, yeah, we already fixed the shape, so chemically nothing can alter anymore, not even water or anything. So after the step 2, if maybe to some of you already happened, that the eyelashes start to come off from the shields, this is completely okay, because basically after the step 2 part, we do not need the eyelashes to be on the silicone shields anymore, so it's fine, don't worry about it. You can easily pass to the tinting part, even if the eyelashes are not anymore on the shields. Because as most of the Lashlift glues are hydrosoluble, so the moisture in the lotion start to melt the glue, and it's normal that the eyelashes start to come off from the silicone shields. It's completely normal. So the next question: can we use the same products for lash lift and eyebrow lamination? As we already looked the chemical part, what it does with the hair. So as I already mentioned, that those type of products were used before for the hair perm. They were then introduced to the eyelashes and eyebrow industry. So basically, chemically, to alter the hair. So it doesn't have the difference if it's the hair in the head, eyelashes or eyebrows. Chemically, we need to do exactly the same process, and that's why you actually can use both the same product for both eyebrows and eyelashes, because we need exactly the same steps to reshape the hair. So it's no difference actually. You can use both. Let me see if there was something important I had to say in this part. Okay, very important with the eyebrow lamination is to avoid the product getting on the skin. So we should try always to keep the product on the hair only. And this is with all kind of products, all kind of perms, the acid, the alkaline perm. It's important to try to avoid product getting on the skin. So let's keep the product on the hair. And basically, if we take the acid and alkaline perm, as I mentioned, that with the heat needed perm, you need the heat. So it's a little bit more risky on the eyebrow area, because we have to cover with something, and it's inevitable that the product goes on the skin. So in my opinion, it's less risky to use cold perm on the eyebrow area. Our products, Lash Super Booster products, function really well for both, for eyelash lamination and for brow lamination. We perform these treatments every day in our lash bar, and in our experience, we haven't had any problems. The clients are happy, so our products are compatible for both lash lift and brow lamination. Let's see if there is some questions. Okay. Okay, so let's move to the part that sometimes I see questions in forums, in groups, that why does lash lift not work sometimes, and often the first thing is to blame the products. Maybe the products don't work anymore, something happened, that the product is off. There are actually different reasons why sometimes the lift doesn't work. The first is the oils or makeup residues on the eyelashes or eyebrows. For example, sometimes you may notice that maybe on one eye there is better lift than on the other eye, and this can be connected directly with the residues of the makeup, some oils, some barriers. They create a barrier, so the perming lotion is not being able to absorb and do its function, and that's why it can result in poor lash lift results. That's why it is so important, first of all, that your client come in for the treatment with no makeup. Before moving to the treatment, we should always clean really well the eyelashes using oil-free makeup remover, which is so important because we don't want any oil residues on the eyelashes. And even better, before the treatment, to perform the that way we can be 100% sure that the eyelashes are clean, and this will result in more even lift results. The second mistake often what is made is the wrong shield size. It's for example, it's not always the best to use the small shield because sometimes you think like, oh, I take the smallest shield, so I will have like really nice extreme curl, but actually it's not like that. Let's see, we received one question. Okay, Lucy is asking, what should I do if the lashes lift off the shield during the lifting process? Can I re-glue before applying the neutralizing solution? Yes, absolutely, because this thing can happen. It is really important that you clean really well the perming lotion, that there isn't any residues, and then you can re-glue the lashes on the silicone shields. That's no problem, because the hair, if we haven't applied the fixing lotion, we can still reshape, correct if we find that the lashes are not glued maybe properly on the shields. We can fix all the mistakes, and then we fix the shape with the fixing lotion. Absolutely, if the lashes come off from the shield, we can, before applying the step 2, we can re-glue the lashes on the silicone shields. And then we have another question. Kati is asking why it's more difficult to get the lift on strong rough eyelashes and what to do. To get the good lift on the strong rough lashes, we need to break more disulfide bonds to reshape the hair. So that's why also the perming lotion should stay on the lashes for a little bit longer time, because we need to break, because the disulfide bonds are stronger and it takes longer time on the rough lashes to break those. That's why it's harder to get the lift. So if we use the heat needed perm, it won't be able to break so many bonds to then reshape the hair. That's why in these cases it's definitely more convenient to use the cold perm, because it's stronger and we can be sure that we get the maximum out of this kind of hair. I hope, Kati, that you understood what I meant. Okay. As I mentioned before, about the wrong lift shield size, we are still on the topic why. Oh, yes, I forgot that going back to the strong lashes. I suggest also, well, actually, I suggest with all kind of lashes to use the Lashlift Prep, which is a product that helps to dry a little bit the hair, which helps to glue better the lashes on the silicone shields, and helps the perming lotion to work also better. Don't get scared when I say that it will dry a little bit the hair. It's okay. This is the part of the lifting process, because anyway, after the all the processes, chemical processes, we're gonna do the lamination part as well, which is hyper nourishing. So it basically annuls all the potentially damaging parts. Okay, let's go back to the part that why the lift doesn't work sometimes. I was saying about the wrong shield size. As I said, it's not always the best to use the smallest shield, thinking that, oh yes, I use the smallest shield, then I will have the max curl. It's actually not true. For example, if we choose too small silicone shield on the really long lashes, basically then it just, how to say, the lashes will be like sparse. It lifts a little bit, but it doesn't give the curl, so it won't result in yes, the nice curl what we actually want to achieve. In that case, what I do, how I choose the correct shield size is that before applying the shields, I lift without glue or anything. I lift the lashes on the shield and make sure that the tips of the eyelashes won't arrive to the part where we normally hold the shield. They should wrap around the shield and have a little curl. So if the lashes are too long and arrive basically at the end of the shield, this means that this is not the correct size of the shield. So make sure that you choose wisely the shields to achieve this nice, beautiful curl of the eyelashes. Then the third mistake is wrong processing time. So it's really important that you evaluate the type of the eyelashes correctly. If the eyelashes are coarse and thick, then you need the longer processing time to break the disulfide bonds and make the hair moldable, because otherwise if we keep too short time the perming lotion, then the hair basically is not moldable. And the same for the eyebrows, because basically the eyebrow hair on most of the people are stronger than the eyelash hair. So let's make sure that we choose the time correctly. And what I suggest, if you have a client in, keep the client history as well. So for example, if you do the first time, sign how many minutes you kept the products. So in that way, if maybe the lift wasn't so strong or the brow lamination didn't work so well, you know that next time you can maybe add 1 minute to whole process, and the result probably will be better. It's important to keep the record of the client history to offer the better service also to the clients, and especially with the thick and coarse lashes or eyebrows, I would suggest to use Lashlift Prep. Before moving on, before moving on, maybe there is somebody of you who connected to our live a little bit later. I wanted to show that at the end of this live session, there will be one lucky one who gonna get this little present from us, our eyelash and brow lamination mini kit, where is the glue, the perming lotion, fixing lotion, and lamination lotions. This kind of kit. So make sure you listen us till the end, and you follow also our Instagram pages, which is Instagram page Lash Super Booster, our Facebook page Lash Super Booster, so you can be notified also our new live sessions with the new discussions, what we're gonna come up, and of course if you have some suggestions for the future live sessions as well, just drop a comment or send a direct message. We are really happy if you do so we can prepare other interesting topics for the next times for you. So let's see if there is. Okay, so the fourth reason why sometimes the lift doesn't work is using maybe unknown brands, or I always suggest if you want to offer the professional service, it is important to use the well-known brands, because normally the well-known brands can give you guarantee and the stability of the product, because obviously known brands cannot risk how to say also their image by not offering the stability of the product, and normally if there is a brand behind, there is also big study of the product behind it as well. So my suggestion is use always a good quality brand, well-known brand, because normally the brands, they can always give you assistance in case if there is something, some problem. Also us, if there is something, we always try to find a solution. And by now I have to say our products are really stable. Who didn't know, we only sell the monodose sackets, but I will arrive to that after, why in my opinion the monodose sackets are better than the bottle, but we will come to that. So exactly, actually we get to that now. The other problem is that what can be that the lift doesn't work is that the product is oxidized, because perming lotion oxidize with the air. So very common but often unknown problem when the product comes in the bottles. When you keep opening, for example, if you have 5 treatments during one day and you open the bottle, maybe 1 minute for each client, it depends if you take directly from the bottle, you keep opening it, so it's 5 minutes every day. Or if you have I don't know, 8 clients, it's 8 minutes every day. Within a week basically your perming lotion is oxidized and it won't function anymore. So here the suggestion is, if you're using the product in the bottle, maybe you should put on the jade stone or something. You just take the product out and then close immediately the bottle. Or in my opinion, the best is to use monodose sackets, because normally if the sackets are like our ones, 1 ml, 1 milliliter, then basically you just use it and you throw it away. And this environment of 1 milliliter sackets seals completely, the air doesn't go through, and you can use basically the product can stay even 1 year or 2 years without being opened, and it has the freshness basically when it was produced, because this kind of sackets, I'll show you as well. keep the product really stable. These kind of sackets. And these kind of sackets are also really good. For example, for the beauticians who maybe do not offer everyday lash lift or brow lamination treatments, but offer also other kind of treatments, and have to do every now and then the lifts. In that case, you don't have to worry that the product go off. Instead, like a bottle, once you open, then basically you should use it quite quickly. If it passes too many months, maybe 3 months like this, the product is off. So the next reason, which I teach, I always say also during my training courses, that the hair shouldn't be in tension. So the error is when we overstretch the hair as well. So it is very important that when we lift the lashes properly to the shield, we don't lift them too strong, that you can see already that the eyelid is starting to roll a little bit. It's really important that the lashes are not in tension, because if the lashes are in too much tension, then basically we just stretch the hair and the curl won't remain. So it's really, really important, that the lashes are separated really well, but not stretched too much. So we basically just glue softly on the silicone shields. In that case, the curl will be really nice. But if we stretch them too much, then basically there won't be any lift and the client won't be happy, and you should redo whole the process again, which is I don't suggest. So let's try to glue softly, yet separate really well the lashes, but not put the lashes in the tension. And the same with the eyebrows. Basically the brow lamination, you can perform also without gluing the lashes. I prefer to for the perming part, do not to use the glue, but to soften the hair just with the perming lotion. But with the fixing, I prefer to use the glue to give the shape and of the hair and direction the way I want, because for me that way, how to say, I lost the words. I can control exactly what I do than just brushing with the product in the shape. And I noticed, because I try in different ways to see which the results are, but I noticed that if before the fixing lotion we use the glue and shape in the shape we want, the end results are much nicer. And the last but not least, the reason why the lift is not as we want, or don't work as we want, is too much glue. Because some lash lift glues are semi-hydrosoluble, and if used too big amount, the perming products cannot absorb properly. So I suggest to use 100% hydrosoluble glues. For example, our lash lift glue is 100% hydrosoluble, so it's really sensible for the moisture, and it basically starts to melt already with the perming lotion. So on the area where we apply the perming lotion, basically it melts, starts already melt the glue and absorbs really well. So it's really, really important that you don't apply the product on the tips of the eyelashes, because otherwise it melts all the glue and the eyelashes come off from the silicone shields. Of course, there are some glues that are so strong that maybe some of you use, and you have noticed that also at the end of the treatment it's really difficult to get off the little glue pieces from the eyelids. Eyelids maybe remain sticky. This won't happen with Lash Super Booster glue, because basically the Lash Super Booster glue is designed exactly that after step two, when we put the tint, basically the lashes are already off from the silicone shields, and there isn't any glue residues, because we only need the lashes to be on the silicone shields on perming and fixing process. After that it's not important, because it doesn't influence anyhow the lift result. Yeah, be aware of the product quantity. With Lash Super Booster glue, actually you can put any kind of quantity, because what happens, as I said, that it's hydrosoluble. If you already glue the eyelashes on the silicone shields and you see that there is some errors, you want to fix, you want to separate better, it's enough that you add to that area some glue, and the new glue will already melt the previous glue, and you have a possibility to straighten the lashes and separate the lashes better. At the beginning, maybe it might be a little bit strange or difficult to use, but once you get the logic of our glue, it's actually really easy, and it's so much faster also at the end to clean everything. Basically with 1 second all the residues of the glue are gone. Okay, and for good lift results, actually remember also that it's not necessary to use a big amount of perming and fixing lotion, because actually sometimes using too big amount can result not so even or not so nice lift results. So we should cover only the base of the lashes up to the middle part of the eyelashes. Do not put the product on the tips of the eyelashes. It's not good always, because the tip of the eyelashes are actually much thinner than all the other part of the eyelashes, and the tips of the eyelashes do not have the pigment, so this area is more fragile instead of all the other part of the eyelashes. So that's why you shouldn't put the product on the tips, and also you shouldn't put the products on the tips to avoid that the lashes come off from the shields. So talking about that, let's move to why do some brands instruct to remove the products using a dry cotton swab, or some with the wet one. Okay, there is a question. Okay, there is a question if I have compared Lash Super Booster to other brands and why is it better. Of course I have compared, because let's say that this is my work. When we study the products, we have to obviously try the how to say, the other brands as well, to see the difference, to see how the things work. Of course I can say only good things about the Lash Super Booster brands. The brand itself is completely made in Italy, which is I'm really proud of all the products what are made in Italy, because Italy puts really big researches in their cosmetics and cosmetic development researches. Because basically Italy produces 60% of world's cosmetics. This is the first thing. The products are really controlled because the controls of the product safety here are really severe, really strong. So before one product can put into the market, has to pass different type of tests and has to be really safe to the clients, to the end users, and also to the beauticians, which is our main goal. It's not only to be for the end users, but also for the beauticians, because me personally, I test everything also on myself, and I'm a person who has really strong allergies, different type of allergies, especially for the eyelash extension glue. And our Lash Super Booster products do not give me any harm, especially our glue. It's the only glue in the world which is cosmetic grade and is registered also CPNP portal. And you can basically even eat that glue and nothing happens with you. So of course, for me, Lash Super Booster products are the best. But obviously, to the beauticians, everybody have their opinion. It's important to try, and it's important that you find what is best for you. And of course, I suggest to rely on the well-known brands. I suggest to rely on the brands also what are produced in EU, where we have really strong controls and regulations about the products, especially the cosmetic products, to be safe for the end users and for the beauticians. Let's see if there is another question. Okay, we were in the part where I spoke that why some brands instruct to remove the product with the dry cotton swab and some with the wet cotton swab. So the process of the lifting the lashes is completed by step 1 and 2. And once both steps have been completed, you can remove the tint with water. Because water, makeup remover, or other kinds of moisturizers cannot damage or undo the lift once the steps have been completed fully. But it is very important that you remove the step 1 and step 2 really well from the eyelashes. Therefore, some brands might suggest them to use a wet cotton bud to remove the solutions. But if you use 100% hydrosoluble Lashlift glue, it is really important actually to use a dry cotton bud. To avoid the lashes to come off from the shields. For our experience and the tests we did before the launch the product some years ago, you can remove really well the product also with the dry cotton bud. That's why our brand suggests us always to use the dry cotton bud, not the wet one, to avoid to have the difficulties during the Lashlift process, because as I said, that our glue is 100% hydrosoluble and it's really sensible for the moist for the water, so on. It is really important to even if when we remove the lotions, not to bring the lotions to the tip of the eyelashes, to avoid that the lashes come off from the shields. If happens that the lashes come off from the shield anyway, before applying the step 2, you can attach the eyelashes to the silicone shields and then apply the step 2. And if after the step 2 the lashes come off from the shields, then it's fine, because we already gave the shape and nothing can alter or undo the curl, so we can go with the tint directly without the shields weren't so comfortable. She didn't feel comfortable, so I did step 1 and step 2 part, and after that I took myself the lashes off from the shield. I removed the silicone shields and continued with the tint normally on the under eye patches without the shields. So I removed them. She was happy, she felt good, and we continued with the other process with the tint and lamination. And to remove the tint, if step 1 and step 2 you removed with a dry cotton bud, then the tint and the lamination, if you want, you can safely remove also with water. There is absolutely no problem. So with the eyebrow lamination, I prefer, for example, to remove the step 1 and step 2 both with the oil-free makeup remover, not with the dry cotton bud, but with the makeup remover directly, because there the product is more at the risk to be exposed on the skin. So I want to make sure that I remove really well everything. And who wants to be sure that there is not much product going on the skin, what you can do is, as I mentioned, our glue is 100% hydrosoluble. You can even add the glue around the eyebrow area. That way, even if some product gets on the skin, we have as a barrier the glue, so it melts slowly, and you have enough time to take the lotion off from the skin. I think I spoke all the topics what I wanted to discuss today. If you have some questions, then please ask. I try to answer. And before to finish, there will be a prize to one lucky one. We gonna doesn't matter from which part of the world the winner is. We're gonna ship it, and it will arrive to any part of the world. So let's see.
Finito?
Quasi. Ok, so let's see. Kati, lucky winner of this beautiful kit is Lucy Hard. Congratulations, Lucy. Please write a direct message to us with your address, your contact details, so we can send this beautiful kit to you, and so you can try our products. I hope you will like them. And thank you so much everyone for listening us. I hope there was some help or some information maybe that you didn't know. And please, if you have other questions or ideas, the topics you would like to discuss for the next live sessions, then just let us know. And for the products, visit our website, lashsuperbooster.com. Follow us on Instagram, Lash Super Booster. All the news, different tricks, tips, and so on. And see you next time. Thank you again so much. Mwah. Ciao, ciao.